Hi guys, it's Mike at youarethepath.com. I wanted to speak about self-esteem. And an important aspect of self-esteem is the relationship you have with yourself when you don't honour your values, when you do something you said you wouldn't do. Could be an addiction, or you're feeling like you've fallen short of a standard that you'd set for yourself. Now, what helps me is to just say, look, I'm a human being. These are the things that I want to master about myself. And if I start beating myself up, I have to interrupt myself and say, wait a minute. Am I going to start beating myself up for being human now? And we are all human. And, trying to be perfect to the point where you're gripping a hold of something so tight. If you're doing that, when you don't live up to that standard, if you're gripping hold so tight for dear life, if you don't live up to that standard that you've set for yourself, you're setting yourself up for a massive fall. So just relax, just accept that there is a shadow side to us. There is that darker side to our humanity. In fact, I was just messaging someone, and I did a video a while back about me overcoming my addictions and my attachments, and someone messaged me and said, it looks like you've been torturing yourself in the name of enlightenment. So I was putting across that an addiction, what is an addiction? An addiction is something that you can't stop. Now, there was no way I was going to be a slave to my addictions. I took on the battle, and now that I've overcome them addictions, there are no voices in my head jostling for my attention. Those voices have stopped. If any of you have given up cigarettes, you may relate to having given up cigarettes. You're on the couch relaxing, and then a voice in your head says, go on, just have one, just one. Those voices stopped, and it's made room for the higher challenges that I want to take on in my life. I have energy to put into those. Got a dog here beside me. Now, while I've got this opportunity, I want to show you something. I want to introduce you to this guy. Okay, now, Max, say hello. He's interested in birds and stuff right now. Now, this guy, he is in the moment. He's not thinking about what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow. He's in the here and now. And they say that that's one of the benefits that we get from being around animals, is that their consciousness is very concentrated in the here and now. Look how alert he is. He's looking at the birds and stuff. And when you're in the moment, you can access your spontaneity and your creativity a lot easier. Really take on something that you've been wanting to overcome for a long time. Go into battle with it and watch what happens in your environment. And when you take on the battle, know that there is going to be a point where you're going to want to run back to your past. Anticipate that happening, and what you'll find is in that moment where you're tempted to go back to your past, back to the addiction, back to the relationship that you know is no good for you, that doesn't serve you anymore. When you're tempted to go back, say hello to your ego, say hello to your personality, because you're going to come face to face with your ego. And I said in my message to the person, the flesh is selfish. The flesh will lead you to an early grave just so that it can get its fix, because that's all it's bothered about. The ego is only concerned with maintaining a certain brain chemistry, a brain chemistry that has become comfortable, and it can't predict the outcome of you stepping into the unknown. So the alarm bells are going to start ringing, the voices may get louder. You have to know that you're worth it, that okay, I've got this goal, I'm worth pursuing this goal, I'm worth getting up that little bit earlier so that I can do this, I'm worth buying healthy food so that I can feel vitality and feel full of energy and centered. You know, I deserve it. And coming from that place, you can change your internal dialogue from I have to do this and I really should do that. You're going to change it from that to when can I start? When can I get going? When can I get to the shop to get all this healthy food? When can I take on this battle with those voices that keep me in laziness, procrastination, and just all of that stuff that we know, and we're going around in this pattern. So you're changing your internal dialogue. Your internal dialogue, how you speak to yourself when you're alone by yourself, is critical that you start to become aware of that. When you start to become aware of when you switched off for a bit and you're just running this dialogue in your head, you know, counter it. If it's saying really paranoid negative things to you, you say to it, was that your best shot? And it was always its best shot. You know, really negative and paranoid thoughts will come into your mind. It's like a guy on a stage giving a song and a dance. If you engage in the voice, then you're giving him a reason to stick around. But if when the voice comes in and you just watch, you just observe, you just think, oh, that's that negative paranoid voice again, was that your best shot? Then he's not going to have reason to stick around for much longer. He's going to think to himself, well, you know, this, I'm not getting a response out of this person anymore. And those voices will become quieter. You'll have peace, clarity, and a sense of control, taking back control of your life. Now, the mind, it's like a real powerful horse. You know, when you get control of it, it will take you to where you want to go. The Chinese liken it to a powerful gorilla, but he's going a bit mad. When you can get control of him, it may mean tying him up. It may mean feeling what it feels like to go without the addiction. You tie him up, feed him bananas, and then eventually the gorilla will learn that you are the master. The spirit is the master. We are masters of our own destiny. And then you can untie the gorilla. It will sit with you. It will be a good servant to you.